Yo, what's going on? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy. The dating game was good. So I got an email from one of my peoples, and this one, it's about the whole does looks matter, and it's like, I swear, it's like guys really just want it to be true that looks matter. They want it to be true that all you got to do is be a good-looking guy, and shit's just going to be easier for you. You understand? And I keep trying to tell you guys, no, okay? No. All right? I'm going to read this email. It's kind of long, but I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to, give my input on it, and I'm going to come back to some of the, points he's making in the email and everything. All right? So it says, Dear Mr. Locario, first of all, keep up. First of all, you keep coming up again and again, time after time, that looks don't matter, because if they did, then a handsome guy would never get rejected. But this is not what I am trying to say. Listen, brother, yes, every time everyone gets rejected, but the truth is a handsome guy will always get a proportion of girls, even if it's only 40%. He is still guaranteed them. But on the flip side, an ugly guy would get absolutely no girls at all, even if he is confident. And has a great personality, because the girls were not physically attracted to him. So look, they are both getting rejected, but because the handsome guy is getting rejected, that does not mean you can conclude that looks don't matter, because in the term of mattering, the handsome guy is getting 40 out of 100 girls, while the ugly guy gets none. Do you see what I'm saying? I am not trying to say game doesn't matter, because with game, the handsome guy can go from 40% to 45 or 50, but no amount of game can compensate for an ugly, bald, wrinkled, massive, rounded-eyed, fat-cheeked guy who buys your products. Handsome guys can learn from you, and you make good-looking points, but it does not help that you are a decent-looking guy yourself, because what you experience won't be the same as what the ugly old wrinkle man feels or experiences, and it is a fact. You also encourage guys when they approach girls to show intent and get all touchy-feely, but why would they want to be touched by someone that is ugly, plus is a stranger? It's like if you wear something and you see it in the mirror, it is ugly, you will take it off immediately. So women would take the unattractive man's hand off easily, but they will keep your hand, Mr. Locario, because you look nice and attractive. To conclude, I would say, why would a woman get wet for a personality or a confident man? Because women ain't fucking your personality. No, they are not. They are fucking you, and they get wet because you sexually stimulate them. And no ugly with 10 out of 10 game is going to get a woman's pussy wet, because they won't turn her on, because who would want to have sex, which is an enjoyable act, with an ugly person unless you're a prostitute or a hoe? He says from Sean P.S. from Looks Matter Warriors and TFL Truth Force Lonelinesses. I think these are some groups of guys or whatever. Answer my email, please, as soon as possible, and please do a YouTube video as soon as possible, showing my statement and proving that I am wrong and you're right. The video would really help change my life. If you can do this, please, in a video related to my question. All right. So this is the thing with the whole looks thing. Let's just get this out the way first, okay? When it comes to looks, guys, okay? What looks will do for you, and this, I've said this in a couple of other videos. A woman will check you out and think you're cute if you are, quote unquote attractive. A chick will look at you and she would think you're attractive, right? Her thinking you're attractive or her thinking you look good does not necessarily equate to you having sex with her. Do you understand that? Does not mean you are going to fuck her just because she thinks you're cute. Now, there are women who will have sex with a guy just because she thinks they're cute, right? A woman might see a dude, she might be like, oh, he's attractive, and then she'll want to have sex with him because she thinks he's attractive. Yes, that happens, right? But that doesn't happen all the time. That does not happen 90% of the time, 95% of the time, 80% of the time. No, that does not happen all the time. That happens in certain situations. Do you understand what I'm saying? And usually that's rare that a chick is just going to fuck a guy based off the fact that she thinks he's cute. Because what happens is a lot of times a woman will think a guy is cute. And then what happens is that he starts talking, he starts saying shit, and then she gets turned off. And then she doesn't want to have sex with him anymore. So initially she might have wanted to have sex with him. And then now he said some dumb shit. And then now she doesn't want to have sex with him, right? So the thing is, what you guys got to understand is that at the end of the day, what really matters at the end of the day, right, is it's a combination of things. It's your confidence, right? It's how much game you have, right? It's how you're making her feel when you're around her, because I'm going to talk about how that plays into things. And then the looks is usually like third or fourth on the list. This is the problem is that guys who don't have, experience dealing with women, they always think it's about looks. And I'll tell you why you think it's about looks. The reason you think it's about looks is because you think women think like how you think. I'm going to say that again. You think women think how you think. You think women are attracted to you how you are attracted to women. And this is a mistake that not only men make, but women make. Because women, on the other hand, think that men are attracted to them how they're attracted to men. All right? Are you confused yet? I'll give you an example. Since you, as a man, you see a woman and you say, wow, she's hot, right? And you say, I would fuck her because she's hot, right? So now, since you think that a woman is thinking the same thing. You're thinking a woman sees a man and says, wow, he's hot. I want to fuck him just because he's hot. Right? But the thing is that men and women look at attraction and they're attracted to different things. You're looking at her and saying you want to fuck her because she's hot because you're biologically programmed to want to fuck hot women because you need to fuck the woman who looks the most healthiest to, give you the most healthiest offspring, right? Now, I'm going to flip it on the woman's side, right? Remember I was saying that men look at women and think that women think like men. So you guys will say, oh, well, I want to fuck a girl that's hot. So of course a woman wants to fuck a guy that's hot, right? Now let's flip it on the woman's side. You ever hear when women say, I don't understand why I'm single. I got my degree. I make my own money. How come I can't find a man? Right? Notice, I got my degree. I make my own money. How come I can't find a man? Right? The reason why they're saying that is because women, they think that shit like that makes them attractive to men. They think, oh, well, I got my degree, I'm independent, I take care of myself, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. How come I'm still single? Because women think that men are going to be attracted to that. Why? Because women are attracted to that in men. Do you understand what I'm saying? The same way you think that a woman is going to want you because you're hot, just because you want women because they're hot, they think a man is going to want them because they got their degrees and they got all this shit going on because they want a man who got their degrees and got money and got shit going on. Do you understand what I'm saying? So each sex thinks the opposite sex wants or is attracted to what that sex wants. So this is why you're confused and think that, oh, all I have to do is be good looking and then girls are going to want me. You understand? Or all I got to do is look good and girls are going to want me. And the thing is, again, like I was saying before, some chicks will have sex with a guy because he looks good or she thinks he looks good, right? But there are also other reasons why chicks will just randomly have sex with niggas. Do you understand? Okay, let me explain something to y'all because some of y'all don't understand this, right? Sometimes a woman, just like a woman will fuck a guy just because she thinks he's cute, a woman will also fuck a guy just because she's lonely. You understand this? So she might be in a stage where she's not, she hasn't, been finding the right guys or whatever. She's bored. She hasn't really been out on a date in a while. She hasn't gotten fucked in a while. So she's so lonely that if any dude, you understand what I'm saying, comes through and he's there and he hollers at her, she probably will fuck him that night. No matter if he's like some pretty boy or some average looking dude. Because the fact that she's lonely, she will fuck him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Another reason some chicks will fuck you just because they're horny at the time and you're there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter if you're some pretty boy or some average looking dude or some below average looking dude. You were there. She was horny and she fucked you. I remember I was at a party and it wasn't even like a party. It was just like a get together with like 10 people or some shit, right? So I'm there with the chick that I was dating at the time, and her best friend was the one who was throwing the get together. It was at her best friend's house, right? So the night is going on or whatever, and then so people started to leave, and now it's only me, the girl I'm dating, and her best friend there, right? So one of my friends, he hit me up, and he was like, yo, you know, I'm in the area. You know what I'm saying? He was like, where you at? I'm like, I'm over at this spot. He was like, oh, I'm in the area. Can I come through? I was like, you know, so I asked the chick, I was like, yo, can my boy come through? She was like, yeah, you know, tell him to come through. You know what I'm saying? So the dude comes through and, you know, they're chilling. We're all four of us is chilling, right? And then next thing you know, me and the girl that I was dating, me and her left, and then so my boy stayed back with the chick. And then he fucked her. Because, why? Because he was there and she was fucking horny. Do you see what I'm saying? So, you know, that stuff also can happen. And also, girls will fuck you because they want to feel good. They want to feel good about themselves because they might be feeling insecure about some bullshit, and then you fucking them validates that they're desirable and all this other shit. I remember, and I actually did a video about this like a couple years ago. It was 2013 when it was New Year's Eve 2013. My old roommate had a party at, you know, his office space or whatever, a New Year's party. And so my wife was with me and her friend came through to the party. So her friend was there and, you know, her friend's hanging out with us. And then so I'm talking to this other dude that's in a party. You know, he's like, I'd say like an average looking guy. You know, kind of, you know, big, had a little pot belly and all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And so I'm talking to him, you know, we just shooting the shit or whatever. So my wife's friend, she was sort of like feeling down about some shit. I can't remember what it was, but she was feeling all down or whatever. Next thing you know, long story short, the guy who I was talking to with the pot belly ends up fucking my wife's friend in the bathroom. Right? And and so like when we were leaving, you know, we're all talking and shit, and I'm just like, what made you want to fuck this guy? And she was like, well, you know, he was paying me attention and, you know, I was just feeling kind of down and I just wanted to feel good. You see what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit happens. And this guy was not no good looking dude. Do you understand? So there's various reasons why chicks will fuck you and you won't even know why they're doing it. Do you understand what I'm saying? But a lot of you guys, you think, okay, well, I have to be the best looking dude. Do you understand? To in order to get chicks and make shit happen. And the thing is this, in your email you were saying, you were like, you know, guys who look good, they have a better chance of getting the girls, and the guys who don't look good, they're gonna get none. And also what you did in this email is what a lot of guys do, is you take this whole thing to the extreme, meaning you're saying, oh, you know, what if the guy is, you know, this short, goofy, bald guy with one eye, and he, you know, and he's disfigured. Like, I mean, you weren't saying exactly that, but a lot of guys, you were sort of alluding to that, you know, situation where you make these extreme arguments like, oh, if the guy has one leg and, you know, he has a hole in his face, how is he going to get girl? And I'm like, yo, most of you guys out there, even if you think you look not so good, right? Most of y'all will look at least average, meaning that you can always improve your appearance, because appearance will actually, it's going to actually matter more than just your physical look. Do you understand what I'm saying? Meaning how you were born, where your eyes and your nose and your mouth is placed. Your appearance matters more than that, than just how you were physically born. Meaning your appearance, meaning do you get a haircut? Do you dress nice? You understand? Do you stay fit? Do you work out or whatever? The reason why I'm saying that your appearance is going to matter more than how you were born and how you physically look is because if you keep your appearance up, right? If you are looking good as far as your appearance, you're going to be feeling better. And then when you feel better, then you are going to be exuding more confidence. When you exude more confidence, that is what attracts the women. Okay? Let me get this even deeper than so y'all can really feel me. You understand? Because it's hard to explain this to a lot of guys because if you're the type of guy who hasn't experienced dealing with women, all you're going off of, again, is what you think. You're thinking, again, well, I like hot chicks, so chicks must like hot guys. And that's coming from your inexperience of dealing with women. You don't understand how women operate. So, again, when I'm saying about the confidence and you exuding that, what you got to understand about this is that women are about the feelings. They are about how you make them feel. Do you understand? If you do not remember anything I'm saying in this video, remember this. It is about how you make the woman feel. If you make her feel something, if you make her feel a certain way, she will be attracted to you. Remember earlier when I was saying that women, they think that men are attracted to them, how they are attracted to men. So they're like, oh, well, I have my degrees and I have money and I have this and I have that. And they think that that's what, men are looking for, right? And the reason why they think that that's attractive is because they think that that's attractive in a man. Why do women think a man with a degree or has a good job or has all these things going for them is attractive in a man? Because when a woman is with a guy who has these things going for her, it makes her feel secure with him. Do you understand? She's like, oh, he has a good job, meaning he can take care of me, meaning I feel protected. I feel secure, which is attractive to her. Do you understand? So this is what I got to get you guys to understand. And the same thing about your confidence. What happens is that when you are approaching a woman, right, and you're confident in the way that you're approaching her, you're confident in how you go up to her, you say, hey, what's up? Look, I think you're hot. Listen, I want to see you next week. Give me your number, blah, blah, blah. When you're exuding that confidence, they can feel that confidence that's coming from you, right? When they feel that, what's being communicated to her is that, damn, this guy is fucking sure of himself. This guy is actually, exuding this confidence, and that confidence makes her feel a certain way. You understand? When you're talking to her. See, the deep part about this is that it's not even really about you. You understand? It's about how she feels around you, how she feels when she's with you. And that confidence, when you put that out there, that makes her feel a certain way. And then that makes her feel good. And now she wants to continue to see you because of that good feeling that she's feeling. I talk about this in my book, How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day, actually. When I'm talking about, approaching women, and I have a part in there where I call it feel talk, because the way you make a woman feel when you're interacting with her, she attaches that good feeling to you, meaning in order for me to get that good feeling, guess what I got to do? I got to call this guy. I got to see this guy because I'm getting that good feeling when I'm around him. Do you understand? Notice we're talking just about feelings. We haven't even been talking about looks in the past couple minutes in this. I'm trying to tell you that at the end of the day, it's really about how she feels about you. This is why you can find guys who are not that attractive that have chicks all over the place. You understand? And the funny part is that when we talk about this whole looks mattering and all this other stuff, truthfully, when you look at the entire population, right? If we're talking about people who really look good, like who are really, that most people will say are really physically attractive, right? it's only a small percentage. So let's say if you have 100 guys in a room, maybe 8 to 10 of those 100 guys are going to be really good looking. So you trying to tell me that, 90 to 92 men just can't get girls? They're not going to get women? Do you understand? And the same thing goes for women. You put 100 women in a room, about 8 to 10 of them are going to be really hot. And the rest are going to be average to below average. Do you understand? That's just how it is, right? So you using the excuse of, oh, well, it's because I'm not good looking and that's the reason why I can't get girls. What you're really doing is that you are making an excuse for yourself as to why you can't get women. Because it's easier just to say, you know what, I can't get girls because I don't look good. And again, that's coming from your lack of understanding about women. You don't understand women, so you're coming off of you're basically ignorant. You don't have the experience to even know if you can get a girl. Why? Because you're going off your preconceived notion of, hey, I can't get girls because I don't look good, so I'm not even going to bother, and that's why I can't make it happen. And the thing is that what happens is that with, you're talking about, well, a guy with game or a guy who looks good and a guy who doesn't look good, the good-looking guy he's going to get, shit popping more. Now, if a guy looks good, it can give him an advantage, meaning the chick will look at him because he looks good, and people look at things that look good. That's just, how shit is, right? And if he actually has game, then he can use his looks to his advantage. So if a guy is good looking, yes, you can use that to your advantage to try to reel the chick in, right? But just being good looking won't be, that's not going to be the end all be all. Now, if you're not so good looking, right, you still are basically at the same level as the good looking guy. The only difference is that the girl might not be looking at you or checking you out as much as the good looking guy. That's really all that it is. The difference is between a good-looking guy and a guy who's not so good-looking is that a chick will check you out. Guess what? Most of these chicks who checking the guy out, they still not going to go approach the dude in most cases, right? So the good-looking guy also has to approach approach the woman just like the average-looking dude has to approach the woman, right? Now, the good-looking guy has to start talking, right? And he also has to exude that confidence to make her feel that thing in order to get her to really want to make shit happen. Now, again, I'm not talking about where a chick meets a dude and she thinks he's cute and she's horny at the time she wants to fuck him. No, I'm talking about she might look at the dude, think he's cute, he comes over, and if he doesn't have game, if he does not know how to interact with a girl and talk to her and move the conversation along and close the deal and get, and elicit those feelings, this shit's not going to happen for him. So a guy who is not so good looking, the same thing goes for him too, where if he's not doing the same thing, where he's not eliciting those feelings and he's not confident, it's not going to happen for him either. But mostly the reason why it's not going to happen for that guy is not because he's not good looking, it's because he doesn't believe in himself. He's not confident. A lot of times there are guys who are good looking and they're confident because they're good looking, and they think they believe also that because they're good looking, that's the reason why they're getting the girls. But the real reason why they're getting the girl is because they are confident, right? And then it may seem or appear that the reason why he got her was because he looked good, but it was really because he was confident, and because he looked good, he thought that, oh, well, I can get the girl, and he put that confidence within him. So a guy who is not so good looking, and what happens for you guys who are not that good looking, what you think is, well, I don't look good, therefore you're not confident in yourself, you're insecure. So if you try to even talk to a girl, she can smell and feel the insecurity coming off of you, and that's why you don't get the girl. It's not because you don't look good. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's because you think you need to look good, and since you don't look that good, or you're an average looking guy, you already fuck yourself up in the head. So when you try to talk to a woman, you create a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're like, well, she's not gonna like me anyway. That's what you're screaming energy-wise, subconsciously to her. You're not gonna like me because I don't look good. And guess what? When you go up to the girl, you come with that insecure energy, and then she doesn't like you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you guys really need to understand the concept and understand that at the end of the day, it's really about your game. Let me give you an example. Saying that looks matter, right? Saying that looks matter, and if you're good looking, you're going to get girls, so it's going to be easier for you. And if you're not so good looking, you're not going to get girls, or it's going to be hard or whatever like that, is the equivalent of me saying, hey, you're in New York City right now. I need you to travel to Connecticut. Now, that's like me saying, okay, you got to travel from New York to Connecticut, and it's going to matter if you take a car versus if you take a motorcycle. Meaning, well, if you take a car, it's going to be easier for you to get to Connecticut versus if you take a motorcycle. If you look better, it's going to be easier for you to get girls if you versus if you don't look better. Do you understand? Now, you can get to Connecticut with a car and with a motorcycle, right? Now, what would you need to do to get there? From this spot, from point A to point B, you might need the directions, right? Now, let's say I give the guy with the car, let's say the car is the good-looking guy, the car represents the good-looking guy, and the motorcycle represents the average-looking guy, right? Let's say the guy in the car doesn't have the fucking directions on how to get to the specific place in Connecticut where he needs to be. And the guy with the motorcycle has the directions to get to that place, right? Who you think is going to get there? Does it matter this guy has a car? Does it matter this guy has a motorcycle? No. All that matters is they know how to get there. And they both can get there because why? They both have what it takes to get there. They both have the transportation to get there. All they need is the directions. So whether you're good looking or you're average looking or whatever it is, as long as you have the directions, the game, the fucking way to get there, you will get there. But if you're making an excuse, well, I can't get there because I have a motorcycle and he has a car. And it's more comfortable in a car, and he gets the air conditioning in the car, so it's going to be a more enjoyable ride. And like, what difference does it make? The fact is, he has a car, you have a motorcycle, and you want to get from point A to point B. And truth be told, guys, right? No matter how good looking some other guy is, or no matter how good looking you are, or no matter how average looking some guy is, or no matter how average looking you are, right? At the end of the motherfucking day, right? The person who wants to make something happen or get something happening is you. So what you need to do is say, what do I need to do to get from point A to point B? What do I need to do? And stop worrying about, nothing's going to happen for me because I don't look like him, or he's getting stuff and I'm not. Why are you focusing on that person? Figure out what you need to get. Do you understand? Figure out what you need to get to make something happen for you. And the thing is, you worrying about, if this good looking guy is getting sex and I'm not, that's not helping you. All that's doing is it's giving you something. This is what it's doing, is giving you an excuse, is giving you something to basically rationalize and feel good about your misery. You're saying, well, the reason why I'm not getting girls is because I don't look good. And he's getting girls because he looks good. So, it's just, life is unfair, and I just gotta deal with this. And what's the point? Do you understand? And it's funny because in the email you were saying, look, You were saying that, like, oh, another point I wanted to bring up, because you were saying that, like, you say to get touchy-feely with a girl, and why would a girl want to get touchy-feely with a guy that, that that's not attractive and everything, and why would she want him to touch him? And again, this is what I was saying earlier. It's about the feelings with women. Do you understand this? This is why, women can get caught up in, dealing with a guy. You ever ask yourself, why in the fuck does a woman stay with a guy who treats her like shit, who does a whole bunch of bullshit, who's not really that nice to her, who, he's just on some bullshit, right? But the reason why she's staying with him is because there's a certain feeling that she's attached to when she's dealing with this guy. Either he's fucking her real good, she's getting that good dick, or he's mentally got her wrapped up around him. Do you understand what I'm saying? And her emotions are all caught up in this guy. There's a feeling that's there. You understand? And it's no chick is staying with some dude for the long term talking about, oh, he's just so hot, that's why I'm with him. No, I would listen. Find any woman who's married, find any woman who has a boyfriend for the long term, find any woman there's no woman sitting there saying, I'm just been with this guy for 6 years because he's hot. It's not happening. Do you understand what I'm saying? And again, like, when you guys are talking about this whole looks thing, because you were in this email, you also said, what was it? I'm scrolling down to this email. You said something about this group, was it True Force Loneliness? And I actually saw a couple of videos with these guys with this Truth Force Loneliness thing. Is even the name is saying these guys are forced to be lonely because they feel that since they're not good looking, they can't get chicks. And this is the sad part. You guys got it. I'm telling you, you're never going to understand women until you put yourself out there to get girls. And it's not just the looks thing, because you was even saying, oh, in this email, you were like, oh, well, Mr. Lucario, you're a good-looking guy, so it's going to be easier for you because you don't understand what we're going through. Let me tell you something. There's been women on multiple occasions who said to me, and not even just me, but some of my other friends who, most people would consider good looking, they've said to me and other friends, hey, you're really handsome, but I don't think I want to do this with you right now. Or you're cute, but, or he's cute, but, do you understand? Because, and I made a video about this other day about, where women, how they feel about shit will flip-flop a lot of times, and a lot of it depends on how they're feeling at the moment, and are they feeling sexy, and are they in the mood? All this other shit comes about when you have to deal with women. So just you being good looking doesn't automatically or doesn't even help in a lot of cases, just to ease it, to make it easier for you. Because again, you were saying, yeah, you understand that good-looking guys get rejected too and all this other stuff. Every guy gets rejected. Every guy. So you thinking, well, you're special because you're not so good-looking, and the rules are different for you because you're not good-looking. No. If you go out and you talk and you approach and you practice talking to women and you interact with women and you actually are confident, you believe in yourself, you don't think you're a loser, you don't use your looks as an excuse, then shit will go down for you. Do you understand? A lot of times, what it is that the reason why other people are attracted to you, or people like you, or people are feeling you, all stems from you first feeling yourself, first thinking that you're the shit. Do you understand? I always use the fucking example of a song they play on the radio a million fucking times. The first time you heard it, you was like, what the fuck is this garbage? This shit sucks. Then you hear it again, and the DJ's dropping bombs on it, and they're like, oh, this is the hot shit. You go to the club, you're like, oh, this is everybody's like, this is the shit. And you're just like, this song, I don't get why people like this song. This song sucks, right? And then one day you catch yourself humming it. One day you're like, you know what? This song ain't that bad. It's not, I kind of like this song. Why do you like it so much? Because the song kept going and repeating. You kept hearing it, and everyone was saying it was the shit. The person who made it said it was the shit. The radio said it was the shit. The fans said it was the shit. And now you believe it's the shit because all of these things are saying it's the shit, even if it's whack. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you yourself have to, the same way that song repeats and you've gotten accustomed to it, and you've been conditioned to believe that it's the shit. You have to condition yourself to believe you're the shit. So when you step up to a girl and you open your motherfucking mouth, that chick is gonna feel you. Do you understand? So you guys need to really stop with this. Oh, it's just about looks, and if you don't look good, and if you don't have all this money, and if you're not gonna get girls. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. The reason why you're not getting it is because you keep thinking this way. You're not putting yourself out there, and you're not going out and making shit happen. You feel me? But damn, it got me going on a half an hour in this motherfucker. It just makes me so sad when I hear dudes continuously try to justify why they're not getting girls because they don't look good or they're average, and that's why they can't get girls. There's a lot of guys who are not that good looking. Do you understand? And put it this way. Like I was saying earlier, there's only a small percentage of guys who are, quote unquote, the really hot guys. Those guys, let's say for sake of argument that, all the women just wanted those motherfuckers. It's fucking impossible for these small amount of guys who are the quote unquote really good looking dudes to fuck all these girls and to get with all these girls anyway. So there's hundreds of thousands of millions of girls out there who, even though if you want to take that argument where they're like, oh, well, I just want that good looking guy, blah, blah, blah. How are these other girls getting with men? How are all these people hooking up and getting together? Everybody's not that good looking dude. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just that guy who is not so good looking was like, yo, listen, I'm doing my thing. I'm going to talk to girls and I'm going to get me some women. And he made a choice to do that. You guys got to make a choice to get up off your ass and go and talk to women. And stop being scared and stop making up excuses as to why you're not making it happen. Because if you keep making the excuses, you're just going to keep getting what you got. You understand? That's why you're not getting the chicks. You're not putting yourself out there. You're not putting yourself out there because you have a misunderstanding of the game. You do not understand women. All right, so listen. What I need you guys to do, and this is why at the end of every video, I tell you, go click the link below, download my free ebook, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men to start with. Then you guys have to go to badboymembership.com to join the membership program. If you are not on the membership program, you're missing out. This is why, man, when I get questions like this, I'm glad that you asked the question. I really am, because some more guys need to hear this. But it's like we got to move forward from this, man. This is ridiculous. Like, we're still on stage one with this shit. This is crazy. So this is why you got to go to badboymembership.com and join the membership. Because on the membership, you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials that teaches you step by step, that breaks the shit down so that you can practice it and make it happen. So you don't have to sit here and wonder, oh, the reason why I'm not getting girls is because I don't look good. And it's weird, you know what the funny part is that most of you guys who have that excuse aren't even talking to women anyway. So how do you know? How do you know that the reason why you're not getting girls is because you're not good looking? You understand? How do you know that? How many girls have you talked to today? This week? This month? Huh? How many? You understand? Like, so guys, listen, click the links below, get the free ebook, go to badboymembership.com. If you have any questions, also click the link below to send me your questions, and I will holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.